Today, we are setting the record straight. The truth behind Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, her right to use her title, and how the royal family, yes, the firm itself, breached every promise made to Harry and Meghan, from Frogmore eviction to HRH double standards. This is the untold story of how the monarchy broke the agreement first. When Prince Harry and Meghan stepped back from royal duties in 2020, an agreement was reached between the Sussexes and the late Queen Elizabeth II. It was clear no active royal duties, no use of the HRH style in a working capacity. Remember, in a working capacity, like for commercial gain, right? And Frogmore Cottage would remain their UK base. They were also promised security. It was a compromise, not a punishment, a respectful way to move forward while still honoring Harry's royal birthright. Let's not forget that, guys. It is Harry's royal birthright. He was born His Royal Highness, and because of that, he married his wife, automatically assumed the role. So that is his birthright. They love to take away anything Harry, Meghan, and Archie and Lilibet. They want to take away their birthright. The late Queen stood by her grandson and his wife, even publicly stating that Frogmore Cottage would remain their UK home. She ensured they had a place in the country of Harry's birth. She also made it clear Camilla would be titled Queen's Consort, not simply the Queen. But everything changed when the Queen passed. Her word, her promises meant nothing to those who came next. Within months of the Queen's death, or within months of Sandringham, Charles and William made bold moves. Frogmore Cottage evicted. Despite Her Majesty's promise, the Sussexes were forced out of their UK home. They lost their security. They were consistently maligned in the press. They were left bare, no care, no protection, no safety, nothing from the royal family. The Queen also made it clear that they also changed Camilla to the Queen instead of Queen Consort, which is what the Queens had wished, rewriting the late monarch's explicit wish, right? And yet, they claim Meghan shouldn't use her title. The hypocrisy is blinding. Every term of the original agreement was shattered by the palace itself. Let's be clear, Meghan still holds the title Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex. She and Harry were told not to use the HRH style in a working capacity, but the titles were never removed. In fact, both their children are now recognized as Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, using the very royal styling their critics claim Meghan can't use or can't touch. Recently, Meghan signed legal documents, I think it was a year ago, using her HRH style, a quiet yet powerful reminder she is still HRH, the Duchess of Sussex, and she has every right to that identity. No one can take that away from her. They would have to go to Parliament, and then it would affect everybody down the line. The real breach of trust did not come from Harry and Meghan. It came from within the monarchy. The firm stripped them of security, press protection, patronages, and even access to their own home against the Queen's wishes. They expect Meghan to stay silent while calling Camilla the Queen and ignoring Harry's rightful place in the line of succession. If anyone broke the deal, it wasn't the Sussexes, It was Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace. Meghan has every right to her title, every right to speak her truth, and every right to live outside of the prove it game. As she recently said, yes, she's done. I am just done with the prove it game. And if you can't see it, I can't. I don't need to prove to you why. That's your loss.
We spend so much of our life trying to prove something. To prove that you're enough. You have to prove that you're pretty enough. You have to prove that you're smart enough. You prove that you're a good wife or a good friend. And I was like, I am just so done with the prove it game. And if you can't see it, I don't need to prove to you why that's your loss. Because I know that I'm a great friend, and I know the kind of mom I am, and I know the kind of human being I am, and I know how I show up. And I love being able to be that person with the people that I love. So, worthiness, maybe part of worthiness comes when you stop having to feel like you're in the prove it game.
Hallelujah. I am getting emotional right now. Getting out of the prove it game, feels like joy, tastes like freedom. Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, in her first ever podcast interview.
This is a state of mind Meghan is in now, free, grounded, glowing. The palace may have tried to erase her voice, but she's louder than ever. So next time someone questions her title, remember this. She did not walk away. They pushed her out. And now she stands in her power with her family, her dignity, and her name. Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex. So let that sink in, guys. Meghan has every right to use her title. The royal family made a lot of changes to the original agreement that was in place. They have done a lot to Harry and Meghan, and Harry and Meghan are recovering. They are living their best life, and they're standing in their power. And Meghan knows the law. Meghan knows her worth. For them to change, they better change all. They better say the monarchy is ridiculous. It makes no sense. And we're just here laughing in their face because the whole thing is ridiculous. Nobody is better than nobody. Nobody is less than anybody. So for the fact that Meghan wants to use her rightful title, it's just like a doctor using their doctor. A lot of them in the UK call themselves lady this, lady that. They don't have any right, but it was given to them via marriage or whatever, but that's their society. That is a society. Meghan has never lost her Royal Highness. She is still known as Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex. It's just that they don't use it. They don't use it. They use the Duchess of Sussex, but they don't use Your Royal Highness. But if they do decide to use it, it's within their right. They have every single right to do it, and no one can take that right from her. So as of now, we're going to start styling Meghan HRH Meghan, or HRH the Duchess of Sussex, because we will not be bullied into believing that. We will not be gaslighted. We know what they're doing. They're just doing it because Meghan is a black woman, and they are just so upset that she ended up in that echelon of society. They did not want it, and they wanted to bully her and confine her to their ridiculous protocols and foolishness. It's a how many years institution, but they have not learned. They took away Diana's HRH and took away her security, and as a result, Diana is now not with us. And that's the same thing I think they wanted for Meghan. But thank God for Harry. Harry moved his wife out of that toxic situation. So now Meghan can do what she wants with her title. It's her name. She's now Meghan Sussex. She's married. She says she don't use Markle anymore, and people need to start respecting that. They call Sophie Wessex for years, but why is it they're so adamant? that Meghan must not be Meghan Sussex or the Duchess of Sussex. Why? The Princess of Kent. Everything she does, she plugs HRH, Princess Kent or Princess Michael, whatever. Sarah uses her Duchess of York, but Meghan, they're having a problem, guys. We see it, we see it. Okay, you don't have to be so obvious, but we will not relent either. We are going to let you know that we are going to call out your BS because we know what you're doing. But yes, Meghan is HRH, the Duchess of Sussex, Her Royal Highness. Put some respect on her name. Bye, guys. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Turn on your notification bell so you never miss a beat. Bye.